September 19th, 2016 City of Vandalia Council meeting will now come to order. And the first item will be for us to have a moment of reflection, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. Would you please stand for pledge? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Council, you have in your packets the council study session minutes of September the 6th and also the council meeting minutes of September the 6th. Are there any revisions to be made? Seeing none, they will stand to be approved. Communications and petitions and awards, we have none, nor do we have any public hearings. And that brings us to the agenda item of comments from interested citizens. And if there's someone in our audience that would like to make some comments to council, would you please come to the podium, state your name and address for our records, and then your comment. Seeing none, we'll continue on with the city manager's report and the information items. Mr. Cruzy.
Thank you, Your Honor. Yeah, just two items this evening. First, October is Fire Prevention Month. And in honor of Fire Prevention Month, the Division of Fire is going to host an open house on Sunday, October 2nd from 1 to 3 p.m. at Fire Station Number 1 on Peters Pike. And the department is celebrating their 40th anniversary this year. And also, leaf pickup is going to be getting underway here shortly. And so the schedule that's listed by street name is available on the city's website at vandaliaohio.org. So again, we've also posted that information, or we'll be posting it on Facebook and Twitter and getting it out to all the residents. Okay,
thank you so very much. We have no action items this evening, nor do we have any old business. And that brings us to our resolutions. And the first resolution is 16-R-76. By title only, please.
Resolution 16R-76, a resolution waiving formal bidding and authorizing the city manager to enter into an agreement with Interactive Health for voluntary health evaluations for Vandalia full-time employees, council members, eligible part-time and contractual employees, and eligible spouses, and to offer gift card incentives to encourage participation.
Thank you. Mr. Cruzy?
Thank you, Your Honor. Again, for over the past 4 years, the city has annually offered health risk assessments to all full-time employees. The purpose of the health risk assessment is to make the employees aware of their current health status as part of the city's ongoing mission to control our health care costs. The assessment includes a questionnaire, a 21-panel blood screen, and a confidential follow-up report. The cost is dependent upon the number of employees and their spouses that participate in the program. However, because of the cost of this contract will exceed $10,000, council authorization is necessary.
Thank you. Do I have a motion?
I'll move that we approve Resolution 16R-76 as presented.
Second.
It's been moved by Vice Mayor Lewis, second by Councilwoman Farce, that we do approve Resolution 16-R-76 as presented. Do any of the council members have any comments? Seeing none, would you please call the roll?
Councilmember Herbst?
Yes.
Councilmember Ehlers?
Yes.
Councilmember Blakesley?
Yes.
Councilmember Gerhard?
Yes.
Councilmember Farce?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Lewis?
Yes.
Mayor Setzer?
Yes, and the motion carries 7-0. Resolution 16-R-77 by title only.
Resolution 16R-77, a resolution authorizing the city manager to enter into a First Amendment to the joint facility use agreement between the City of Vandalia Butler Board between the city and Vandalia Butler Board of Education with respect to certain tennis courts.
Thank you, Mr. Cruzy.
Thank you, Your Honor. Back in 2013, the city entered into a joint facility use agreement with the Vandalia Butler schools regarding certain properties around town. This resolution would amend the joint facility use agreement to include the tennis courts at Helke Park. And per the terms of the drafted agreement, the city and schools would share in the cost of repairing and painting the courts. And moving forward, the city and the school district would share the cost of ongoing maintenance for those courts. Again, following the repair and painting of the courts, the Vandalia Butler schools would utilize the courts for practices and matches for its boys and girls tennis teams.
Thank you. Is there a motion?
Make a motion that we approve Resolution 16R77.
Second.
It's been moved by Councilman Blakesley, second by Councilman Herbst, that we do approve Resolution 16-R-77 as presented. Comments from anyone?
Just like to add that I think this is a great partnership. And anytime we can do that with the school district or any other entity, I think it's great for both groups.
Thank you. Anyone else? Seeing none, would you please call the roll?
Councilmember Ehlers?
Yes.
Councilmember Blakesley?
Yes.
Councilmember Gerhard?
Yes.
Councilmember Farce?
Yes.
Councilmember Herbst?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Lewis?
Yes.
Mayor Setzer?
Yes, and the motion passes 7-0. Resolution 16-R-78, by title only, please.
16R78, a resolution awarding the bid for the 2016 slip lining of sanitary sewers project requested by the Public Works Department to Miller Pipeline in the amount of $34,497.50 as the lowest and best bid.
Thank you. Mr. Cruzy?
Thank you, Your Honor. Again, this project would use $65,000 from the sanitary sewer fund to slip line sanitary sewer mains in the subdivision north of the municipal building and also north of Clubhouse Way. Due to the amount of infiltration into our sanitary sewer system, and based upon the favorable pricing we received, the contractor has indicated that they would perform additional work at the same unit price, again, within that $65,000. Staff has identified an additional 800 linear feet of sewer pipe to be repaired at an additional cost of $18,000. Again, that would bring our total cost to about $52,500, which is below the $65,000 we have budgeted. And so the initial contract would be for the $34,497 authorized by council. We would then initiate a change order for the additional $18,000 once the contract is signed for the additional work.
Will we have to separately approve that, or we're
Wait a
just
minute.
authorizing that now?
No, the legislation council is approving authorizes necessary change orders.
Okay.
Do I have a motion?
I move that we approve Resolution 16-R-78.
Second.
It's been moved by Councilman Ehlers, second by Councilman Gerhardt, that we do approve Resolution 16-R-78. Are there any other questions from council members? Seeing none, would you please call the roll?
Councilmember Blakesley?
Yes.
Councilmember Gerhard?
Yes.
Councilmember Farce?
Yes.
Councilmember Herbst?
Yes.
Councilmember Ehlers?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Lewis?
Yes.
Mayor Setzer?
Yes, and the motion carries 7-0. Resolution 16-R-79, by title only.
16R79, a resolution waiving the formal bidding process and authorizing the purchase of a 2016 S595 T4 Bobcat skid steer loader, including selected attachments, requested by the Public Works Department from Clark Equipment Company, DBA Bobcat Company, in the amount of the state bid price of $50,052.34.
Thank you. Mr. Cruzy?
Thank you, Your Honor. The 2016 budget includes $60,000 for the replacement of a 1990 Bobcat skid steer. We did receive 2 quotes through the State of Ohio Purchasing Cooperative. The lowest quote was received through Clark Equipment Company at $50,052.34.
Thank you. Do I have a motion?
I move that we approve Resolution 16R79 as read.
Second.
It's been moved by Councilwoman Farr, second by Councilman Blakesley, that we do approve Resolution 16-R-79 as presented. Comments? Seeing none, would you please call the roll?
Councilmember Gerhard?
Yes.
Councilmember Farce?
Yes.
Councilmember Herbst?
Yes.
Councilmember Ehlers?
Yes.
Councilmember Blakesley?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Lewis?
Yes.
Mayor Setzer?
Yes, and the motion passes 7-0. Resolution 16-R-80.
16R80, a resolution approving the final plat of the Flapjack One Holding Company plat.
Thank you, Mr. Cruzy.
Thank you, Your Honor. Again, so we've received an application for the plat of a 10.539 acre parcel to create a 0.895 acre parcel, a 0.996 acre parcel, and an 8.648 acre parcel located on the south side of Benchwood Road, just west of the New Life Worship Center. Purpose of the plat is to create lots for the future development of fast food and a full-service restaurant. The Planning Commission reviewed this plat on August 23rd and recommended approval.
Thank you. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion we approve Resolution 16-R-80.
Second.
It's been moved by Councilman Gerhardt, second by Councilman Blakesley, that we do approve Resolution 16-R-80. Comments from anyone?
This is the yummiest sounding ordinance or resolution I think we've ever had.
Anyone else? Seeing none, would you please call the roll?
Hey, thank you.
Councilmember Farce,
Oh, yes.
Councilmember Herbst,
Yes.
Councilmember Ehlers,
Yes.
Councilmember Blakesley.
Yes.
Councilmember Gerhardt,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Lewis,
Yes.
Mayor Setzer.
Yes, and the motion passes 7-0. We have no ordinances in their first reading, nor in their second reading, nor do we have any emergency ordinances this evening. And so that brings us to the reports from our boards and commissions with a variance request at 742 Hunters Chase for fences and walls. Mr. Cruzy.
Thank you, Your Honor. James Knight is requesting a variance to allow a 42-inch fence in the front yard with a continuous span of 52.7 feet, where 25 feet is the maximum span permitted. The BZA did review this request on August 24th and voted 4-0 to recommend approval.
Thank you. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion we approve the variance at 742 Hunters Chase, fences and walls.
Second.
It's been moved by Councilman Blakesley, second by Councilman Herbst, that we do approve the variance at 742 Hunters Chase. Comments again from council? Seeing none, would you please call the roll?
Councilmember Herbst,
Yes.
Councilmember Ehlers,
Yes.
Councilmember Blakesley,
Yes.
Councilmember Gerhardt,
Yes.
Councilmember Farce,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Lewis,
Yes.
Mayor Setzer.
Yes, and the motion carries 7-0. The variance at 674 West National Road for a portable storage unit. Mr. Cruzy?
Thank you, Your Honor. Katie's Hallmark is requesting a variance to allow an 8-foot by 30-foot portable storage unit at the rear of its business. The zoning code permits such portable storage units on a temporary basis for a period of not more than 7 days, not to exceed a total of 14 days in a 365-day period. Additionally, the storage unit is not permitted to be located any closer to an adjacent parcel than the required side yard setback in the Highway Business District, which in this case is 35 feet. The applicant is proposing to maintain the storage unit with a 5-foot side yard setback. The BZA reviewed this request at its August 24th meeting and recommended denial.
Thank you. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion that we deny the variance request at 674 West National Road, Katie's Hallmark / portable storage unit.
Second.
It's been moved by Councilman Gerhardt, second by Vice Mayor Lewis, that we deny the variance request for the portable storage unit at 674 West National. Any comments from anyone? Seeing none, would you please call the roll?
Councilmember Ehlers,
Yes.
Councilmember Blakesley,
Yes.
Councilmember Gerhardt,
Yes.
Councilmember Farce,
Yes.
Councilmember Herbst,
Yes.
Councilmember Lewis,
Yes.
Mayor Setzer.
Yes, and it passes 7-0. The variance at 3350 Benchwood Road. Mr. Cruzy?
Thank you, Your Honor. New Life Worship Center is requesting a variance to allow a 10-foot east side yard setback where 20 feet is required to accommodate an expansion of its facility. The original facility was constructed in 1997 with a 10-foot side yard setback, which was in compliance with the code at that time. In 2008, a variance was granted to allow the construction of a gym with a 10-foot side yard setback. The BZA reviewed this request at its August 24th meeting and voted 4-0 to recommend approval.
Thank you. Is there a motion?
I move that we approve variance on 3350 Benchwood Road.
Second.
It's been moved by Councilman Ayler, second by Councilman Blakesley, that we do approve the variance at 3350 Benchwood Road. Comments from anyone? Seeing none, would you please call the roll?
Councilmember Blakesley,
Yes.
Councilmember Gerhardt,
Yes.
Councilmember Farce,
Yes.
Councilmember Herbst,
Yes.
Councilmember Ehlers,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Lewis,
Yes.
Mayor Setzer.
Yes, and the motion carries 7-0. Council, you had the Board of Zoning Appeals minutes in your packet. Were there any comments about that? The bill listing for August 2016 is the amount of $4,686,595.46. And that brings us to council comments for the evening. Mr. McDonald?
Nothing.
Mr. Cruzy?
Nothing this evening, Your Honor.
Councilwoman Farce?
Oh, I got a lot tonight, so bear with me. We just finished up with the Vandalia Heavy Metal Remix last night. The sculpture is finished and is going to sit in its location at the art park through the spring, and then we'll find a permanent location back in the park. But there's so many people to thank, but Minster Bank and the Vandalia Butler Foundation partnered with us, and we were able to have several events out there with the help of both of them. But most of all, I wanted to speak to the people that are on our staff that make it work with me. I mean, for me or for our committees, because if it weren't for some of our city staff, we couldn't pull these off. And their enthusiasm and willingness to work on projects outside of their normal with all the help and good attitude that they give, to me, makes all these things work. But Rudy Wells is always a constant help in any of these kind of projects. And Jeff Klein, though they worked, and Brian Fine, they worked during the day on their normal hours, but I know Jeff stopped by a few times and worked after his hours to help the artist move some of that really heavy equipment around out there. So it just takes a whole group of people, and I know Mayor Setzer acted as a docent and participated in numerous activities, and Councilman Herbst was an assistant to the artist one day and participated in the activities out there. And I really thank all of you for your participation and your good attitude to help these things happen. Thank you.
Welcome. Councilman, jeez. Blakely.
And I'll have to echo about as far as staff assistance on projects, and they go above and beyond. I've shared this with Mr. Clark with the Oktoberfest. Nobody ever complains. They're more than happy and willing to help where they can, and I think our staff should be given a great hand in things that they do for us, above and beyond what they do normally.
Can I back up a second? Because I
Sure.
forgot I left my paper at home and I had to wing it, and I'm not so good at that. But we received a ton of help from the newspapers, and the drummer put it in a couple times so people were aware. Dayton Daily wrote a couple articles. Think TV came out 3 times to do filming, and they're going to do a segment in their arts program, which is on Sunday, November 20th at 5 o'clock. It'll be a 5 to 7 minute segment. So there was a lot of regional support, and I would be delinquent if I didn't mention how much Julie Trick supports the whole process. She was out there, and her husband acted as an assistant. As a matter of fact, we probably had 50 people that either acted as docents or assistants to the artists through that 10-day period. So it was really a lot of community involvement. A lot of people donated pieces for the sculpture. So all in all, it did what it was supposed to do. Brought a lot of people into the thought process of this sculpture. So, thank you.
Anything else, Dad?
Just
Go back.
just to follow up to that, appreciate your passion for all the arts and all your hard work as well.
Oh, thank you.
in all this, and I don't think it would be anything without your assistance and drive with it too. So thanks for your assistance and help. That's all.
Okay. Councilman
No
Garrett.
comment tonight, Your Honor.
Okay. Councilman Ehlers.
Nothing here, thank you.
Councilman Herbst.
I agree with Councilwoman Forrest, and don't want to repeat everything she just said, but I do appreciate staff and all the hard work that they put into it. And I also worked with Mr. Benedict on actual building of the sculpture, and that was very intriguing. I looked at abstract art as just put it together and make it work, but he was very precise on a lot of the things he did, and I think it turned out pretty nice, and also got to give a shot to the welding side of it. He made it look very easy, and I know I'm not going to be a welder, but it was a really good experience. And the next time this opportunity comes up, I would encourage everybody to get involved, because you will learn something and gain an appreciation for the arts.
Vice Mayor.
I can only say that that piece of art is I like it. Art is not an area of strength for me, but I thought the whole process was pretty incredible, and it's intriguing. Let me put it that way. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm just going to have to, even though I would echo everything that everybody has said, I just want to say a little bit more about Councilwoman Farce, because it's her vision that really began this whole process a number of years ago, and you can just see how it has developed into a real community masterpiece almost, because if you hadn't had the opportunity to go out there on any of those days, or if you didn't have the opportunity to go between the raindrops on Saturday, the activities that are always presented during these symposiums and this particular event, it's a gamut of all age groups. There's something there, and if only you would have been able to see some of the younger children on Saturday. You have to help me out. What is it? They were making these
Bubble wands.
bubble wands, and then Candace had some special solution or anything that made these bubbles really, really big, colorful, and they just floated for a long, long time without breaking. I mean, those are the kind of things that brings in the community members. And if you haven't had an opportunity to go over to the art park, it would be well worth your time, because as you walk through it, you not only see some of the art pieces, and you may not be an artist or enjoy that kind of thing, but just getting off the path of all that we do all the time. It's quiet, and yet it's very, very nice, and then you can just sort of go over the bridge and go to the Historical Society. So Vandalia does have an awful lot to offer. And I also have to echo the fact that through these processes, we have become known throughout the region, and we do get a lot of regional support, which is really important too. So anyway, with that, I'm going to adjourn the meeting this evening.